Alright guys, so a lot of people have been asking me for some live rolling footage. So I filmed a couple of rolls this week, but of course with Ty being the biggest contributor to my channel, I couldn't help but film my first roll with him. Little background, Ty's a tough kid. He trains every day, twice a day. He's an MMA fighter, he does karate, so he's no ordinary blue belt, but we always have good rolls, and he happens to know a lot of my tricks, and I'm not sure how. Maybe because he's on all my videos. But anyways, let's get into it. There's a lot of cool transitions in this roll, and there's a lot to learn, so let's dissect it. So right now we're laughing because I was telling him that he's nervous, and he said he was. He wanted to show out for you guys. So let's go back already. Just right from the start, guys. Right from the start, if you notice, he's standing and I'm playing seated guard. This is technically a disadvantageous position. So the first thing that I need to do in this case is establish grip. So if you notice, let's go back again. Watch how I monitor his hands. The first thing that I do, it's so subtle, but I'm just monitoring where his hands go because I don't want him to touch me until I get grips. I'm able to get his ankle and his collar, which I'm very comfortable with these grips. So right now I have my foot on his bicep. And if you notice here, I transition from foot on the bicep to my feet inside. So to inside control to try to get to single leg X. Ty knows that I love the single leg X. So he's really hard for me to do my A game on because he's just so aware of it. And we've rolled so many different times. I have to be more creative with how I do things. So right there, I pummel my feet in. I still have his ankle and his collar. The same grips I started with. I'm going to go shin to shin. And now I hug the leg. I go for the single leg X transition, and Ty tries to roll. I think he rolled for a rolling Kimura. So I go for the single leg X transition. Oh, he tries to backstep. So if you notice, he's trying to backstep his left leg, and I caught him. And I sweep him. So I sweep him off of the backstep. So here I could go for the footlock. I always tell people footlocks are an option, but I choose to get up. Ty has a deep De La Riva right away, and he gets my sleeve. So he does a really good job here to sweep me back right away. So right away, he gives up on the head control that he had. He has a deep De La Riva, and look at him grabbing my left arm. So he immediately grabs my sleeve super tight, and then he kicks me over on the deep De La Riva sweep. So right now I'm in like a modified 50. If you look at my left leg, it's inside. My right leg is going to start to look for that spider guard hook. So whenever I play 50-50 in the gi, when there's no heel hooks, I try to do a modified 50-50 spider guard. So there you go. I put my foot on his bicep. I'm keeping my left foot pushing him away. And so I'm able to sweep him. So a simple transition. He's doing a good job of controlling my sleeve. I think he was scared of the footlock, but I had no intention of going for the footlock. And now he controls my bicep, and he's really good at doing the exact same thing that I do, which is a spider guard slash 50-50 hybrid. Ty loves footlocks. He's actually quite obsessed with them, so I know he's trying to get my left foot right now, and it is in a precarious position. So right now, all I'm focused on is butt scooting away. I know I'm in a good position to where I can sweep him back if I need to, so all I want to do is just clear my left foot so I can get up and pass. So here I am trying to scoot. If you notice, I'm pushing with my right leg. So if you notice, my right leg is pushing just on his hamstring, on his glute, and I'm pushing him away. I'm creating space as I just get my left foot out as best as I can. So I'm still trying to push. I'm able to get it out. He's trying to pull it back in, and I just swipe my leg up and get up. He kind of accepts the sweep. So this is a good transition because Ty loves single leg X. That's one thing that him and I have worked on extensively, and he has one of the best single leg X guards that we have in our academy because he does a really good job of controlling the far leg. So if you notice, he has a single leg X, modified X, even transitions to an X. And I love to pass this guard with a back step. So if you notice right away, my right hand is posted far above his shoulder to keep my weight forward because I'm not as concerned of the overhead sweeps as I am of him sweeping me back. I post my hand on the mat so that I can back step my left leg. But he's controlling my left leg's pant grip. So it's going to be increasingly difficult for me to be able to attain the back step. It's going to be a battle. And you're going to see in the clips that I'm about to play that I consistently rip his grip. He's really strong, and I rip his grip and then go to step, and he catches my leg again. And I rip his grip and go to step, and he catches my leg. And we're kind of playing this back and forth little fight where it's all about the grips and the hand fighting. So right here, I'm trying to break that grip. I try to rip it. I'm unable to. I'm comfortable with my base. I'm kind of floating. He tries to go for a sweep. I'm able to stop it, and I'm still trying to rip his grip. He gives up the grip. I pin his hand. So let's look at all that again a little slower. So I'm trying to rip his grip, and he sees an opportunity with my forward weight to try to push behind my tricep and get up and sweep. So I'm able to keep my base and stop the sweep. I keep my base by almost trying to backstep. So here, I very quickly try to move my leg back. But then he goes back and controls my leg again. I have my leg free, so I pin his wrist. So I don't want him to get it back. I try to step, he catches my leg again. Like I told you, we're playing this game here. I try to step, he catches my leg again. Now guys, I'm very comfortable with my base in this position because I've been playing it since I was a blue belt. I come from Marcelo Garcia lineage, and everybody plays the single leg X. So I'm very, very comfortable in this position. It's a position I advise that you get comfortable with because it's where a lot of the leg locks come from. So I'm comfortable with my sweeps. If you can see right now, I'm actually laughing. Him and I always have fun when we roll. So I'm just kind of laughing because he's doing such a good job of keeping my left leg, and it's kind of frustrating me, and I think it's funny. So again, I pin his wrist, and try to step back again, and then he switches his attack into like a crab ride position, but right now his hips are way too high to actually be able to sweep me, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just going to turn into him. I always stay super calm here. I try to turn, and then I'm able to kick my leg. Now look guys, right when I turn and kick my leg, I just re-attack with a pass. So here I kick, I move my hips back, and I start to shoot for the leg drag. So here I high step my leg out, and you can see Ty clearly trying to catch my leg. He's unable to. We're a little limited with space. And I look, see how my hip is forward? And I very quickly move it backwards. Okay, so I move my hip back so that I can clear his left leg, and now I'm going to drag his right leg. I just wedge my knee in, pull through. He tries to turtle. I get a high grip on his collar. My right hand's on his collar, and my right leg is wedged behind his hamstring and his ankle. I love this hook because it allows me to transition back to the leg drag and control his lower body and his upper body. So I'm going to take his back here. He's trying to roll. He tries to roll. I use that high collar grip to get my lapels. I already have a good grip on his lapels. This is a good example of attaining a submission threat while transitioning. So if you look at this whole transition, I get his lapel, and I'm starting to threaten the bow and arrow immediately right here. I fed it with my left hand. So if you've watched any of my bow and arrow videos, I always talk about that lapel feed. Sometimes it's hard to reach it with just your right hand. So look, I feed it to my right hand. Now I'm in like a truck position, but I switch for the leg drag. All these positions are very interchangeable. I lose my lapel grip. He's able to retain. Now I backstep because he didn't have my leg. I switch to knee on belly. He tries to turtle. I'm able to throw my left hook in, and now I'm going to roll him over using my left hook. I use it like a butterfly hook. I just made a video on that. And there's that lapel feed again. In all these rolls I filmed, I hit bow and arrows a lot. So I use my hook to roll him, and look, watch my left hand feed the lapel to my right hand. Open and feed. Do you see how tightly I feed that grip? Right there. See how tight? I tighten it so he feels like he's got a noose around his neck. I tighten it as tight as possible. This is going to lead to a submission. So now I have a really tight lapel grip. I'm still adjusting it. I'm laughing because he was going so hard to try to get out, and I finally took his back. He's laughing too. I don't even know what we're saying at this point. Try to go for a bow and arrow, but we're limited in space, so I can't really get the extension on my back, so I roll us forward. And now I'm going to go for a top bow and arrow from the back. So basically it's a variation of the bow and arrow. So all that happened there was I couldn't scoop back, so I roll this up. I pushed up, up, up. And then I squeeze my other hand in. Or no, actually I didn't. I went for his leg. I got my 2 legs over his arm, and I'm just going to extend my back and pull the grip, and I get the bow and arrow finish. Ty obviously was entertained. So again, I'm playing guard with no grips, so the first thing is to get grips. If you notice there, I grabbed his lapel. A lot just happened really quickly. So I'm going to grab his lapel and his behind his right leg so I can try to go for single leg X. Ty obviously knows that I love single leg X, and he has one of the best rolling Kimuras in the gym. So right when I go for single leg X, even though my right arm is tight, it's not posted on the floor, he's still able to get a quick rolling Kimura grip. I try to follow him and take his back, but he knows that defense well, so I'm unable to. But watch how I use my leg to break his grip. This is a video that I plan on filming. I haven't filmed yet, but basically when he rolls through with the Kimura, I miss the back take, and now look, I'm going to use my left leg to kick his grip. So if you see here, I'm using my left leg to kick his grip. Honestly, not even being conceited, I just don't feel threatened at this point because I'm able to get my foot on the bicep. And I have so much leg press power here that if you watch, I kick the grip, and then I get up very quickly. So let's look at the whole transition again. So I'm here, I scoot in, get the single leg X, he rolls for the Kimura. I'm going to kick his grip, and then look at my left hand grab his my right hand grab his far pants, and then I just start to pass immediately, and I scoop myself in for the leg drag. And so we're back in the leg drag. I'm able to solidify, get my points. Now I switch to knee on belly, get some more points. Ty has his right hand is placed really well here. So his right hand, I don't even know what you would call that. It's not an underhook, but he does this unorthodox escape really well. He's got a very, very high hip, strong hips. His right hand is in front of my hip, so he's limiting my ability to attack. Normally I try to go for the arm lock here, but in this position, my body was just compromised. So I'm actually going to try to fall for a triangle. And I think, if I remember correctly, we run into the pair behind us, and I just end up in guard. So he's got his left arm low, and yeah, we rolled over. I think I was thinking triangle. So again, I start in guard with no grips. We're hand fighting. That's so important. He steps in. I go reverse De La Riva. So guys, the transition you're about to see is super cool, and I have not taught it yet. So I'm not sure if it's now or in a second. So, okay, it is now. So let me back this up a little. So I'm playing reverse De La Riva, and Ty has a super wide base, as you can see here. He tries to get himself low. So look what I do here, guys. It's very subtle, but my right leg and my left leg are making like an X clamp. It's a shallow X clamp, and it's not too tight, but I have an X clamp. And so I know this seems so crazy, and it's probably so hard for you guys to see, but I'm in a leg drag right now. I'm in a leg drag right now. I know it seems crazy, but look, watch. See, there's that X clamp. My left knee is behind my right heel. My right leg, which is the leg drag leg, is behind Ty's left hamstring. So again, my left knee is behind my right heel, and my left leg, which is the leg drag leg, or my right leg, pardon me, which is the leg drag leg, is behind Ty's left leg. There's a lot going on. It's very important to note that my right arm is also very, very tight to my ribs, holding Ty's right leg. So there's a lot going on. And I'm able to get up in the leg drag position. So I'll show you guys that transition full speed. So I pull, reverse De La Riva. He keeps a good wide base. I'm able to switch and get my left leg in. I'm able to get my X clamp and come up on a leg drag. So at this point, Ty's trying to shove me away. He does a good job of bridging. We reset and guard, and I think the roll is over in in 15 seconds. I think he just falls for a foot lock. And then the timer goes off. So that's it, guys. I filmed a bunch more rolls. Some of them have much more action than others, but I had to do Ty justice and post his first. He's a really tough kid. If you guys ever get a chance to come to our academy and train with him, I highly recommend it. He's a really good training partner. As you can see, him and I have a lot of fun while we roll. There's no ego. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more of this, just let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Os.